threw you out of my dang phone. Hang on, out of the clip. Get in the clip. Stay in the clip. You're working. Okay. Let's see. Are you live? Do you get to see me throw the phone, or maybe that gets missed? Heck yeah. I'll take my inhaler, zoom in a while. Let's start drawing something. Okay. So I was thinking, I really like drawing telephone poles. I don't do it a lot. Hey, Doug, what's up? How you doing? Thanks for the hearts. Finally got the internet back. It's been a weird day. It sounds like I'm losing my voice, actually. I didn't know that until I started talking. So I used to draw telephone poles a lot. Pardon me. Jeez. It's interesting because of the perspective issues. Like, you know, like where do you decide where the two vanishing points are and like what's going where? It can be annoying. But part of it is you assume that the posts, the like cross sections, I don't know what these are. In sailing, something like this is like a yard bar or something like that. And oh no. I hope everything's okay. But on like a ship, that would be the mast. It's like a crossbar like this on the mast. I think I've heard it called the yard bar, like in old sayings, expressions. I can't think of the expression. Something like, I don't know, I don't know. Yeah, I was thinking about like just how hard things can be. My wife is sick, so I've been taking care of her, and then the internet was out, and that's just annoying. But it's just annoying, thankfully. But we were just talking about, so we got kicked out of our house like a couple of months ago, and then we got invited to live somewhere, and then last minute that got undone too. Yeah, yeah. And so we are like just now getting settled, and it's still not all the way settled. So we're like still like trying to figure out what a normal level of stress is. So like I associate. Yeah, let's hear your drama. Let's keep my mind off my drama. That sounds great. I'm just sketching out some telephone poles. I don't even know what, like, where do transformers go? Like here, right? And it's just like a bloop. I guess we're looking at it from below. So we'll give that. Hey, Kenneth, welcome. Hey, Juniad. Hey, Kokushibo. How are you guys doing? I'm just doing a telephone pole. I think sometimes these are called pylons. I'm sort of making it up. Usually this is the kind of thing I would do off of a reference, but I don't have all my photos. I take tons of photos of these, so I have plenty of references, but I just don't have them with me today. Oh, thank you so much for all the hearts. And so I'm making one up, you know. Yeah, Juniad Ahmed. Junaid. Is it just Junaid? That's what I was trying to say. I'm not sure if that's I don't mind drawing some dinosaurs. I think dinosaurs can be really cool, really fun if you get them right. Like I don't always get them right, so that can be hard. But yeah, I don't mind drawing dinosaurs. Oh, you know there's these things, right? And when you're dealing with really high voltage, they will sometimes use these types of like glass bells as an insulator, and glass because glass is already an insulator, but then also this bell shape because it's really hard for the current to travel like around the bend to the next bell. And so like you'll see these things as insulators at the top of telephone poles. And then like the wire will go. We're gonna do the wire just kind of like off in this direction, I think. We'll do that for here. I'm just gonna do, I've been kind of like going at full speed with these, but I'm just gonna do some sketches to make sure I'm not, some sketchy lines to make sure I'm not like being dumb. Because I will be. It's happened before. Yeah, okay. I think this seems right. And then this would be, yeah, these would be in front, that's behind. Okay, okay. So let's see. Hey, Elstefan. Hey, the Flower Beauty. Good name. Get another paper and draw this in 1 minute. Wait a second. Yeah, that is a good book of 100 pages of just dinos. Oh, that's great, Kenneth. Good book. I could draw a cartoon dinosaur. Let's see. Yeah, so drawing as fast as you can, super, super good exercise for practice, right? So I do that a lot. Yeah, we could do, I'll draw a cartoon dinosaur. I don't have a timer, but I will draw a cartoon dinosaur in like as fast as well, let me see if I can pull up a timer actually, because I do have the internet here in front of me. Timer. Online timer. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's fine. I figured if I just made the same shape with my arm, because telephone poles go into the same direction, like our wires all go in the same direction. So like that would make it pretty uniform and it would look real, and I think that looks real. Oh yeah, drawing is great. Yeah, I'll do a dino. I will draw a dino. Hey, Juniad. Is it Juniad? Let me know. Let me know if I'm saying it right. It's called Anomalocaris. Anomalocaris. That's neat. Yeah, I'm going to do a cartoon dinosaur probably. Some of these would be behind here, but I just wanted to get them out of the way. Get it in the right. I always draw things even when they're like behind other things in order to make the shape right when they finally emerge on the other sides of things. It's something you get taught over and over again in drawing classes. Oh man, games, that sounds pretty good. But we're drawing a cartoon dino. I was just pulling up an online timer because I was going to do a 1 minute cartoon dino and then a 5 minute cartoon dino. And then I will do a Sour Patch Kid. We'll put it down the wire. Oh, well, sorry to hear that, Kenneth. Okay, set timer. 1 minute. This timer is not really okay, sound xylophone. Do I have sound? Okay, I do. Okay. I'm gonna do 1 minute and like 10 seconds to give me a chance to pick up um, the pencil and stuff. Let's see. I'm just taking a sip of water. 1 second. Why going backwards? Okay, I think that actually makes a lot of sense. 1 minute, then 1 second, then this was pretty good without a reference. We're gonna leave this alone now, but I'm looking at it like with fresh eyes now that I was messing around with timer, and that's pretty neat. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, I gotta stop drawing this though. Okay. Juice with Juice World, or what's the drink juice with Juice World or eat M&Ms with M&M. So I don't know Juice World. I know I've heard of Juice World, and maybe I would know them if we, like, you showed me a picture or told me a song they were on. But okay, hang on. I have to start this 1-minute dino cartoon. What kind of dino should I draw? Like, I guess T-Rex? I know that's like kind of trite, but no, you know what I'm gonna do? Maybe it's not even true anymore. Um, who's Kenneth? Do you know a Brontosaurus? Oh, your pronouns are fine, Kenneth. Thanks for watching. My best friend growing up lived down the street. His parents immigrated from Ecuador. He was born in Ecuador. Uh, that was neat. So are Bronchiosauruses still a real dinosaur? I was taught. No, I think I'm going to do Brontosaurus because you know why? Because one of the first ever cartoon dinosaurs, or one of the first ever cartoons, like moving cartoon images, was a Brontosaurus. I keep wanting to say Bronchiosaurus, but that's like a dinosaur that has lungs or something. Hang on, let me just get the spacing so I can see where you guys can see. That's where the chat starts. Okay. Here goes. 1 minute. Okay, it's starting. 10-9. Here we go. 3, 2, and it's starting. Okay, so a Bronchiosaurus. I'm not even going to look at the time, so it's going to surprise me when it ends. So I'm hoping that I get my timing right. Okay, I'm concentrating, so I'm having trouble thinking of speaking. Okay, I gotta get these lines down, otherwise it's just a sketch. Man, this one's gonna be the best. The 5-minute one is gonna stink. That's my prediction. What is it doing with its head? How much time do I have? Ah! I shouldn't have looked. All right, let me see. Let me read some of the chat. Not be shy or say some weird shit. I think. Yeah, I think there's some confirmation bias there, right? And then let me just finish this, even though, no, we'll leave it preserved. We'll leave it preserved as 1 minute. I think so I'm not, I've not never been socially awkward, right? Um, but if it's social dinosaur E, how do you spell dinosaur? It doesn't matter. If the criteria is socially awkward and or rather say some weird shit, man, artists are weird. So they're gonna say some weird shit, right? Like I think if it's just socially awkward, I think there is still some truth to that because you're right, there is some confirmation bias there. Some people do practice arts and stuff because they are socially awkward. They don't have friends, a lot of reasons, right? Let's get this timer. We're gonna get it down to, this is the 5-minute one. Should we make it 3 minutes instead, or should we do 5 minutes? 5 minutes it is. Yeah, so, but yeah, I think like I had a lot of friends who were artists who were like totally fine, like no social awkwardness at all. Like still, one of my better friends like runs all these social clubs, does all this stuff, and is an incredible artist and like gathers all the other artists together. Yeah, we're doing another dino. And then like I was socially awkward for a couple of years. I had some weird anxiety disorder. Uh, but I'm also like you wouldn't know that meeting me out and about. I do shade my drawings. I shade my drawings. Okay, let's start this dinosaur. This will also be a cartoon. Oh, I'm taking a sip. Um, 4, 3, 2. Okay, 5 minutes. So I think we'll do also a Brontosaurus with this one, but let's do it. I have a little bit more time, so I'm going to plan a little bit better. I want it to be, there we go. That's the tail. I want it to be sort of half facing us. What is that called? Like three-quarter. So I'm going to try not to look at the clock too much at least. So yeah, one of the first ever animated movies, films of any kind, done with cartoon drawings, is Windsor McKay, and it's a dinosaur. And it's actually really interesting. He would stand next to the projector, next to the screen, while the cartoon was projected onto the really confused horse. While the cartoon was projected onto the screen, I just said screen, screeny, screen, and he would interact with it, and he had a whole script. And so it was like a really interesting, it's kind of uh it's like unique now, or what is it called? It doesn't matter. It's weird. We would think of it, it's a little weird now, a little performative, it's something different. But at the time there was no other cartoons, right? So this was the first ever that, and it was a dinosaur, and he would like throw an apple to it. I think you can find it. I don't remember the name of the dinosaur. Gordy, maybe Gordy the dinosaur, but the name of the artist is Windsor McKay. Um, I've been studying him on and off lately, and oh my gosh, incredible, incredible artist. It could just be my self-conscious. Oh yeah, I totally agree. I think you're like maybe because I was agreeing with some of what you were saying, and I think maybe I also have some social awkwardness, and maybe that's why I also see that totally could be. Okay. I am going to do some shading here. This mouth and eye combo I'm not a huge fan of, but I think what's done is done for that. Let's shade the neck underneath the head to give it some depth there. Shade this. Basically, I'm going to shade anything that's behind other stuff. I'm going to give a little shade. Just to help our brains push it back into the background so we don't have to think too hard. Same with this. This is kind of further back. We want that to be moving backwards. And now I'll go around and I'll shade the edges of things that are further back. So that'll include this side of the body, the underbelly, the even like the sides of the legs. And this is I'm still doing it very quick because I'm rushing against the clock. I don't know how much time I have. And now let's do the feet. I think this, just adding these little toes is, let me move this up a little, is going to make such a big difference to me anyway. I think like I already think this looks better. Um, I think my proportions are a little off, and if I was to draw this again, I would make the neck a little longer and the feet a little shorter. But otherwise, I don't dislike this. Okay, let's do some thicker outlines where she needs it. It's funny, all of a sudden she became a she. So anything that's like on top of other things, I like to give a thick outline. And then sometimes the whole outline, I'll give a thick outline, although that's rarer for me. It like it's definitely a style and I like it, but it's not my general style. Okay. I wish I spent more time in the head, but I think it's kind of late to be messing around with it. I'm doing it. I'm messing around with it right now. Where's my eraser? I don't have any time, probably. Eyelashes. Happy mouth. Colored in nostrils. What is it? It's got to be done. Oh, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, the length of the neck. I totally agree with you. Yeah, that's uh I have annoying little siblings. Um Streaming Giant, you asked me about how I got good without an eraser. And like I have so many erasers that I keep nearby all the time because I use erasers constantly. I'm not afraid to use erasers. I'm happy to use erasers. Um, but like you were saying, I have these weird square erasers. My ruler has kneaded eraser on it. Um, I started sketching when I'm sketching fast, especially, which is most of the time now. I will do the framework first, and that makes a big difference because I will still erase, but I'll erase like this, and it doesn't feel like really erasing because it's so light. So I can do something like this and like get an idea of what I want to do first, and then it's much easier to not erase or to erase when it's light. I also use different pencils. Hey, Kenneth. Welcome back. It could be the length. Yeah, then I said, yeah. That would be my sister's brother's last name from the Thundermans. Oh, you love the Thundermans. That's not a bad thing. I'm just pointing it out. Okay, so we have the 1-minute dinosaur. We have the 5-minute dinosaur. What's next? It goes down, right? We're going down. Is it 30 seconds? And then, no, it's 10 seconds and then 1 second. Oh my gosh. Okay, okay. Hang on. So I'm going to do a 15-second timer and I'll watch it until it gets down to 10 and then I will do 30-second, 10-second. Is that it? Okay. I'll do a 35-second timer and then I'll watch it count down to 30 and then I'll start. Because I think if I do 30, I'll miss those precious seconds between when I actually hit the start button and when I start timing. Yeah, make your mistakes early and make them light. That's what I try to do. Like a very loose, like kind of light, like floaty hand. That's what you got to do for when you're going to make the mistakes. Hey, Arga artist. Okay, we're doing a 30-second dinosaur. Hang on, let me take a sip of water. Jeez. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, 5. We're starting in 3, 2, 1. Okay, go. So I have. Whoop. Dang it! I'm focusing too much on the legs. I can go back to the legs now. I got nervous. I had so much more time than I thought. Ah. Dang. I was rushing like it was a 10-second dinosaur. Now I have a lot more time. I have to stop. This is my 30-second dinosaur. I'm disappointed in myself. Second. Why am I? I'm like, can't spell today. Hey, Matocritic. Oh, I'm replying. It just takes a minute. Okay, so we're gonna do the 10-second dinosaur. Oh yeah, I love doing that manga, Ed. Dinmosaur. Yeah. I don't. We're doing a after the dinosaurs. We're doing a giant Sour Patch Kid. Um, like this. A giant Sour Patch Kid. Man, this looks good. I love Sour Patch Kids. Probably my one of my favorite, if not my favorite candy. Genuinely amazing. I love all the different flavors too. I like didn't used to think they were too the differences were too much, but I definitely think they're really important now. Okay, yeah, I forgot. I've only done a couple of animations. And do you listen to Ain't No Love in Oklahoma? I've not heard of it. Uh, oh, thank you so much, Metacritic. 1 second dino. Okay, let me do this 10-second dino. Let me get that out of the way. I'm just prolonging my suffering now. Okay, here goes. 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay. Dang. Hey, not bad, not bad. Favorite anti-hero. All right, we're gonna do the 1 second dinosaur. 1/1000. Damn it. It's hard. That was too fast. That was only half a second. No, I slowed down. Okay. You gotta, so I was probably drawing too big because I could probably get a 10-second dinosaur if I wasn't drawing so large. I wasn't changing my scale based on the amount of time I had left, but I probably should have been. I draw more comfortably at, well, this is about the right size for a Brontosaurus. Yeah, rough. All right. So we're gonna do a, what is it called? Yeah, so I've made some very short, like 1, 2 second animations. I've done some animations like a few frames of animation, like for in a video game setting or something like that. But I don't animate on a regular basis. I like the idea. It's a lot of work, and I spend my work time doing other things as well. So we're gonna do a giant Sour Patch Kid standing next to a nerd. So I think let's have the Sour Patch Kid be on a slight angle. They're pretty flat, so that's nice. It makes it a little bit harder, but I think it also makes it like a little bit more visually interesting and more interesting to draw. Although also more likely that I'm going to make some dumb mistake, but what are you going to do? You can't play it careful all the time. You got to live a little. Oh, oh no, I was wearing a dino shirt yesterday. Live a little, be a little, and sometimes you gotta see a little. That's something. That's a dinosaur. Yeah, so I don't mind Elvis. I like a lot of music from that era. I like who was it? Hank Williams. He's good. I like Lead Belly. That's really amazing. He's got some amazing work. Uh, that's all I can think of off the top of my head. So maybe I don't like music from that. All right, pow 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 pow. Man, my the last one I drew was much better. That's all right. Now, some of this is guidelines, so I'm always going to have been erasing those. Let's see. I think this was a little too thick. I think I laid it on a little too thick. Okay, that's pretty good. And then this, okay, we'll do, so then the front of him is like here. That's the front. So I'm just going to draw like a box of where he sort of would be. Yeah. And then we can round out that box to make it the Sour Patch Kid. This is about the shape of a Sour Patch Kid, right? I'm not being crazy. I love the original. I find the that Tyrannosaurus Rex thing, the moment of the reveal. So I saw the original when it first came out, and I think that has a big impact on why I like it so much, because it was the best looking movie that had ever been made at the time. And so it's hard to imagine like what the effect of that was on in that time period. Yeah, it's I agree. AI is absolutely terrible. So what really, really bothers me about AI, right? This is my AI rant, is it's good at stuff. There's lots of stuff it's good at, right? Like you can use it to unravel proteins, and it's really good at that, and humans are really bad at it. You can use it to detect cancer at a higher rate than any human can, and like with less false negatives. That's amazing. That we need that. That's like something we need desperately right friggin' now. There's tons and tons of things that AI is good at, and we're using it instead to make art. Like it should be, and or not to make art. Actually, that's I'm. Somebody said we should stop calling it AI art, and I totally agree. We're using it instead to imitate art or to make content, and that's something that it's not very good at, right? Like, yeah, uh, it can trick your grandma, but that's not helpful. Like, all right, that's it. Yeah, we're just wasting something that's really, really good. Oh, the legs are more up and down. So this is more gummy bear. Also, I think I've switched the head over. You know what? Sometimes this hasn't happened before, I think, on stream, but I think I'm gonna put that aside. I was a little heated. Let's give it a brand new start. Paw Patrol. Oh, good. You didn't quit, guys. That's great. Okay. Let's let's get this under control. I was being a little intense. I think I was drawing it too big as part of it, and like I had not. Um, Here we go. We'll do that. A little more up and down. Oh, and their legs stick out to the front. Is that right? Okay. Well, that's right now. And then this, I think this is too thick because it's smaller than I was imagining. Okay. So it's that way. Oh, I forgot about the bulbous head nature of the head. The like crazy crown thing it has. Okay, I did a little extra planning on this one, but I think it was necessary. Right, its legs stick out this way. I think that's probably as close as I'm gonna get tonight anyway to a giant Sour Patch Kid. Yeah, this is a giant Sour Patch Kid. Where's my... Here we go. The gummy bear art. Yeah, we kind of do, don't we? I drew some gummy bears on Halloween, and they were great. It was like a real surprise because they were just like a throw-in sketch, and then like it ran away, and we started doing like them in all sorts of costumes. It was really fun, and then somebody pointed out I had never heard of it, the Gummy Bear album, the Gummy Bears album on November 13th. And I was like, oh my God, okay, I'm definitely going to do a short about that. And that was yesterday, and I totally forgot to do a short about it until I think it was Mario Gang reminded me to do it, or reminded me that it was that day. He didn't remind me to do the short. And then I was like, oh my God, I'll do the short. And then I'll say the joke is that I would have done the short earlier, but I was looking for the Gummy Bear album in stores uh, November 13th for music videos, and whatever it is. The world caved in. I will put it on my list. Bye, Crafty Cat. Thanks for stopping in. Oh, yeah. Sleepy but hungry is one of the hardest things. What was the song I'm trying to write down? As the world caves in. As the world caves in. And then the question was, could we put this next to a nerd? And so I think we can. We'll just, I don't think that's unnecessarily. We'll just kind of, and then you can do and then I think that, and then there we go. A little bit of that. Some glasses. Why not? I think that makes the most sense. And I think there we go. Next to a nerd. Yeah. We'll check boxes and match the prompts. So like, yeah, so we see them. That's something that they're trying to do, the streaming giant. And like it mostly Adobe with their PDF reader and stuff like that. And I think that could be good. I think, yeah. So some of the stuff that people are doing AI for, like we already have machines that do it and do it really, really well. And then instead of using that, I do know how to cook. Okay. Is that Italian? I did not quit, guys. Let's see. Somebody said a campsite. Let's do a campsite. So I did a lot of camping as a kid. And I was in the Boy Scouts. And it was fun. But I haven't gone camping. I've gone hiking a bunch, but I haven't, not a bunch, a while, but I haven't gone camping in a long time. I don't even know if, like, if I really want to go camping. I don't know. I used to build the fire, set up the tents, you know, the whole thing. I put this log here, but do I want this log here? It's like it's gonna block everything. So I think instead we just won't put this log here, and we'll put some logs here. I grew up near the beach, so we'd have lots of beach fires. I think that's really fun also. It's not like camping, although some people would definitely sleep on the beach. I only speak English. I have studied Spanish, so I can get by in some Spanish dialects, not all Spanish dialects. I'm not super well versed in that. Uh, and I was studied Japanese for like 6 months, and while I was studying it, I could read a decent amount. But after I stopped, I forgot it all really quickly. This fire is huge. No, I mean it is very big. Let's bring it down a little bit. Hi, Nasir. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, and that's it. I also studied Latin as a kid, and I don't think I can speak any Latin, but I definitely have I have a small but useful Latin vocabulary. Let's put it that way. Okay, we got the rocks, and now I'm just trying to well, let's make it a fire pit. So the fire's in the bottom. We'll do the fire size first. That's fine, perfect. And then we'll add the logs. I was adding logs first, and I think it was just messing me up. Logs, some twigs. Somebody's thrown in like a, maybe a marshmallow. Who knows? Okay, we'll put this log back in, but we'll make it smaller and further away. So that way we can have a little bit of space on the ground here between it and the campfire. And we'll put a log in the background here, also pretty far away. Same reason. Oh, cool. The scouts have kind of been ruined. Is that true? Oh, I think the practice has been, hey, Sonic. Dang, yeah, I think the practice is huge. I like we got a whole for example, right? We got a whole bunch of lessons for practical knife safety. And then we were to bring in our knives and go over some actual uh work, like doing things with the work. And when you make a mistake and you're holding the knife and you get told like what are you doing? That is wrong and that is dangerous. You should not be doing that. It really sticks with you. And your own like you've already read the um I have to remember fires actually create light, so the shadow is just away from the fire in every direction. I was like, which way is the light coming from? And it's coming from the fire. uh, so all of the rocks would be darker on the side away from the fire. Yeah, and then I can start a fire no problem because of scouts. It's interesting because it's definitely less dangerous to learn this stuff. You said hello, kids, or hi, guys. Yeah. Oh, for sure, for sure. We'll get some log shading. We'll do some of these logs. Yeah, so I think we got to make these logs not super uniform. I think that's a big part of it. So this one has like been pushed away. So let's make this one even just a little bit like we'll have it be broken on one side. Yeah, we'll have a little branch coming out on here, but it's cut off. And we'll do a branch here, also cut off. We'll have this be cut, I think, probably with a chainsaw. It's probably the only way it gets there. Okay, and they all still have their bark. So we would see this whole side, this whole thing would be pretty dark. Wait, should I move this up? Yeah. I have to remember to check because it's hard to tell. We'll do a little branch here. Same kind of thing. We'll give it a little roughing up because although some of these edges would probably be pretty, some of them have to be cut with a chainsaw, right? Or a saw at some point. You can't have, well, well, you could, but it wouldn't be a ton. I am the 50s. Oh, Dapi Darsan. Hang on, let me see. Doug, you guys are killing me with your thumbs. Just make a post with the art of Sonic the Hedgehog that I made. Okay, but just drop by myself. Oh, that's great. Yeah. Okay, we'll get that here too. A little bark texture and some shade, whoa, what am I saying? Some shadow. Here we go, here we go. Okay, we'll do some ground. We can also do just like some pebbles and stuff on the ground. Maybe there's like a mug or something here. I think that can also really help sell a campsite. There's this log in the background. Probably somebody's using it as a little like a log stump type thing. Probably somebody's using it as a little table. There's probably a camp lamp on there. Okay. We got this, another log. We can have this one be broken off on both sides. They found it in the woods and it was just perfect. That's how it goes. Okay. Oh yeah. I have a drawing tablet. I draw, sometimes I use I use the drawing tablet to color. A vast majority of my artwork is colored digitally on the tablet. Um, yeah, and I can draw, or I can illustrate on the computer on the tablet, but it's not my fave. I think I get, I certainly have more practice illustrating on paper, but there's just something about a pencil. Josiah Schneider. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Oh, I lived in Pennsylvania and I live in New York now, but there was Schneider's. Is it Schneider's chips? Yeah, Snyder's, not Schneider's. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, do I? Sorry about that. My name is Chris. So if that's not your friend's name, then they're not me. Probably. All right. I think this is a pretty good campsite. Let's get some background stuff going on. We'll just throw some trees. Where's the tree line going to be? We'll do a couple trees and then behind that we'll do a tree line. I don't know why. I just thought it'd be like we can have like a little bit of a clearing with a couple, like it thins out and then the trees start. Yeah, that's cool. Like it's weird when that happens. I've definitely met people who like I online who I swore sounded like some of my friends. Because I guess there's only so many uh like it makes more sense that you would meet somebody who sounds like maybe it doesn't. I don't know what vocal cords are like. I'm not a vocal scientist, larynxologist. Um, but and I've definitely had people tell me that they've seen somebody who they swore was me. And then they started talking to them, and the person was like, I don't listen, lady, I don't know who you are. No, never Fort Stevens. Clap trap somebody. Wait, what? Disabled my shut up button. Okay, absolute chess. It's the fine streaming giant who likes chess. Yeah, I was just drawing a campsite. That's what somebody was asking about, so I tried it out. And I don't think it came out too bad. We'll do some shadows on these trees. We'll do a little more shadow here. We'll do like some leaf litter sort of thing right here on the floor, on the forest floor. And then as we get into the clearing, we can even do a couple of blades of grass, stuff like that. We can do some like I was thinking about blueberry bushes, but we don't have to do those. Yeah, I've been camping before. Uh, oh, thank you so much, Lieutenant Mods. Yeah, I've been. It took me a lot of practice. I had a lot of stick. I got a lot of use out of stickmen though. I used to, because you know what it was. Somebody one time, I was like, I thought I was bad at drawing, and they were like, it doesn't matter. You can still have fun drawing, right? And I think that really helped me because they were right, right? It doesn't matter. I can still have fun drawing. And so I started drawing like little stick figure. I'll show you what they actually looked like. Okay, this is my campfire site. I think we're done with it. We'll just like fill in the ground where there needs to be ground real quick, and then we'll call that a day. All right, wait, you know what? We should add a little Bigfoot. I am in New York, if that's the question. Siren Head. No, I was gonna do Bigfoot. Let's do Bigfoot. Just a tiny Bigfoot in the back. He's really on the hike. It's actually crazy that you can see him through all the trees. Why is he right above the fire? I placed him in a terrible place. But can you see him? Bigfoot. I can't zoom in any further than that. Oh, that's great. Ooh, Icelandic. I've heard that's no, I don't know Icelandic. I heard Norwegian, Finnish, and Swedish are all like they're the closest thing related to English still being spoken. Like they branched off, I think you know what I'm saying. All right. Oh yeah. So I used to draw these cartoons, uh, comics, I guess, in school, in class when I should have been learning. And they were like my stick figures. And I would just draw like a big head like that. And then, I don't know, like whatever I could to try to make them look like the person. And then like identifiable shirts or something if they had them. But it would literally be like this stuff like this. And they'd be like, well, I didn't do this kind of rubber hose arm. I started doing that much later. It'd be like I'm terrible at hands. I mean, I'm still not great with hands, but I was even more terrible. So this is the style of drawing I used to do in school, and it got me to practice drawing because even though this I thought this was bad, it was still something I could share with my friends, and I would use it to make fun of them or to tell stories about like the lunch table or things that happened in other periods. And welcome to the new age. I'm trying to open this dang lozenge. All right. And yeah, yeah, I think it's not easy to learn. Um, I think like other languages are easier to learn if you're coming from English. I think Finnish is actually hard to learn if you're coming from English. But like when you do learn it or if you study it, now I might be misremembering this, so I'm not sure. So I'm going to stop. And then, and I would just draw. Allergic is 1L or 2, it doesn't matter. What is your favorite Star Wars planet to live on? Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, that's what I've read, that it's very hard. Seems pretty freaking cool though. So might not be unworth it. Well, there's like a level, right? You can like level 1 is it's really easy to learn, level 5 it's really hard to learn. And then like I think Finnish is level 5. This is from English, right? If like learning um and then like I think Chinese and stuff is like number 4. Japanese is like considered a 3.5 if I remember correctly, because it actually has a lot of English built into it. Yeah, I don't remember. It's fun though. Yeah, that's great, Streaming Giant. That's something I really liked. Matocritic, another shout out for Matocritic. Double shout out. Bro like comes in, asks for a shout out, and then leaves before he hears it. It's just I'm a little delayed. Oh, thank you so much, Lieutenant Mods. Yeah, so is it Giant Streamer? The Streaming Giant. Yeah. It's like, what does the Iron Giant look like? So when I didn't want to do school, instead, me and my friends would play the drawing game. And I don't remember what the Iron Giant looks like. I don't have a very good visual memory, so I'm just kind of guessing. And I'm just doing this for a joke anyway, so it's like it doesn't really matter. So we play the drawing game, right? And we would start with just kind of like shapes. And you would draw like whatever, like a couple of lines. And then at some point, somebody would turn it into like a legitimate drawing. Or, like not a legitimate drawing, but so it's like a thing. And we didn't have rules, so you had to play it with people who you like got along with in a fundamental way, because it would be really unfun if you played it with somebody and you guys didn't have a similar vision. Ooh, my favorite natural disaster movie. Hey, Bendy, welcome. I missed your first hello. Yeah, so you're saying, gosh, I was drawing a bunch of cartoons. I was like reading about Chuck Jones and like Private Snafu and that kind of thing, and I was drawing like just tons of cartoons like as practice. And I drew one and I was like, "Oh my God, I remember drawing this as a little kid." And I had no idea. I did not remember until that moment, and I still don't remember now. So, I don't know. Maybe Mario. I loved video games. Ugh, hands are terrible. Let me see Ink Machine. I missed that one. Oh, Bendy and the Ink Machine, yeah. Messi or Ronaldo? I'm not sure. I know they go back and forth. All right, yeah. We said favorite disaster movie. Gosh, that could be anything. Day After Tomorrow is, I wouldn't want to be in it, but that was cool. Maybe Armageddon, because everything's fine, right? So that's a good one to be in. Okay. Do we get the joke? Was it worth it? Well, you think the streaming giant would have a pop socket? Why not? Oh, we'll connect his head with some bolts. Oh, day after tomorrow. Yeah. We'll do some shading to make it like fit in a little bit. More bolts here. We'll do the, what are these lines you think to like to make the metal be okay to be bendy? Joint lines, I guess. There we go. Oh, you know what would have been funnier is if no, I wouldn't be in the Day After Tomorrow movie. Interesting movie though. Is it what like I think the streaming giant, I think we got to change something. Okay, here we go. We get the just a little tiny, okay, and then all right, big old chunky hand. Got that. All right, that's better. Little tiny cell phone. All right. Take care, Lieutenant Mods. Oh wait, yeah. Good night. Thank you so much for stopping in. Ooh, web dev job. This nightmare. Worst clients ever. I worked alongside a couple as like a contractor for them. Never. It's terrible. I can't believe it. Oh my god. You're a hero. All right. There's a Chris from Deltarune. Is this why everyone keeps talking about Deltarune when they come in my chat? Let's look. Oh, wow. Okay. Looks like a pretty cool guy. I like that sweatshirt. I would wear that green and yellow sweatshirt. What? I didn't know that. It's a person you play as. Jeezy peasy. Okay. Yeah, I think we got this. We're gonna do Chris from Deltarune. It is not Christmas where I am. It's still Thanksgiving, although it's a little bit Christmas. Okay. I'm trying to figure out what style we want to do. We did like sort of big head style, like 3 head style, like Teen Titans Go style, which is what Deltarune looks like it's in. Ah, sorry, Kudos fan. Okay, so we have shoulders. This will be head. I'll deal with that later. Do shoulders, and then like body is basically just this. No problems there. And then feet, I mean legs. And then boots. Love a good pair of boots. Yeah, let's bring the legs a little bit wider, a little bit more in. Okay. And still same boots. Boots boots, 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 boots. Oh my gosh. Every once in a while I'll Google something or I don't know what triggers it, honestly, right? And then for like months, my um whoa, cool. That's so funny. Streaming giant. Yeah, W Boots. Um, oh, cool, Jeff. No problem, Kenneth. So yeah, I'll Google something or something, we'll set it off, and then for my targeted advertising is just like cute boots. And then like YouTube will be like, just answer these questions. Which cute boots would you buy? And I'm like, I'm not buying cute boots. I should maybe. I should buy cute boots. Yeah, so I don't know what does it, but every once in a while Google's like, girl, you need some cute boots. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm not arguing with you, Google, but I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure cute boots are for me. Well, they usually don't fit. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there with this guy. Weird name. Spell it with a CH. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, I have never spelled my name with a CH. This is the name I was given at birth. And man, people really couldn't deal with that. Teachers really couldn't deal with some teachers really couldn't deal with that. They'd be like, "Well, it's spelt wrong." And I'm like, "Listen, lady, I'm 6." Yeah, Thunderman's theme song. Sounds right. I'd believe it. Like, I'm 6, right? My mom told me this is my name. Like, I don't know. I literally know nothing besides that. Why do you have beef with a 6-year-old? And then some people would insist that since my name is spelled with a K, I should pronounce it Christopher. And instead of having a PH, which when I spell my name Christopher, it's with a PH. And then they'd be like, it shouldn't have a PH. Like, guys, I'm telling you, I have no idea. Yeah, like, you get it. June 28th. Yeah, if you get around on June 28th, I will do a, what's it called? If two vegans are fighting, I think it's even more likely beef, right? Because then they really care that it's beef. Okay. I don't know what. So somebody was asking about the trick to draw hands. I'm not great at drawing hands, but I've been getting better. And one piece of advice that has really helped me besides practice, which is probably the most important thing you could do, but besides practice, one piece of advice that has really helped me has been to draw the shape of the hand outside before you do the inside bits, right? So if I'm trying to draw a hand and it's like somebody holding a pencil from above, well, I'm just doing this hand if you couldn't guess. I would draw something like this instead of trying to draw the whole, like the thumb and everything first. And then I would kind of work on that shape a little bit. And then once I add this, which I think is pretty good, then I would start adding things in like thumb here, uh, this finger, this front finger, maybe like another finger there. Oh, this dang finger got all. There we go. And so you end up with something like that, which I think usually looks better than when I try and draw like each individual finger and everything at once. So that's my only advice on drawing hands. It's not perfect, it's not necessarily even good, but it is what I have been doing that has been working for me. Well, working better than what was working before. Okay, we're getting back to Deltarune Chris. Try something new. Turn out okay. Yeah. Jaron, that's because it blends two dialectics, Christopher and Christopher. Yeah. Yeah, my grandfather, my great-grandfather rather, was German. Yes, Tai or Tay. I have You didn't have to cut me off. Why is a driveway where you park, but a parkway is where you drive? Yeah. I struggle. I will definitely draw things that I don't. I still do it. I draw animals regularly. That's my main go-to. That's my moneymaker is animals. And a part of that is because I don't want to deal with drawing hands. Or so my anatomy is also bad. I did buy a book, or actually I found a book at a yard sale. I found a book um, that's anatomy for drawing. Maybe someone gifted. I can't remember where I got this book. Stop asking. No, that's the anatomy of drawing. We just moved and we've only been in the new apartment for 3 weeks. Well, we've been here for 6 weeks, but we've only been here for 3 weeks because we had to travel for work or my wife had to travel for work and we had to go deal with help family. So we've been slowly unpacking and figuring everything out. So I'm just erasing my guidelines now and stuff, trying to get a better idea of what the shape that I actually have down. Because sometimes when I still have all the sketchy lines and stuff, it's hard to see what's actually happening. I think my brain gets distracted. And then I'm like, oh yeah, it looks great. And then when I actually go and like put everything down, I'm like, whoops, I totally missed that this guy doesn't have a left leg. Or what more happens? This is Chris. Yes, hey Voltros. Um, the color orange is named after the fruit. So was Kine, matter of fact. Hang on. Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Streaming Giant. Oh, that's great. I should draw some silk moths. No, no, you're good. All right, so hang on, let me get this. I don't know if I'm going to give this guy. So, like, this is sort of what his face looks like on the cartoon. And I think that's good, but like, you would be able to see his eye here. In the cartoon, it's stylized away, and it's in the shadow. And I think that's fine. And I think I'll just do this. No nose. Closed eye. You can't really see it in the shadow. I think that's the way to go. Who likes math? He doesn't say big shot. Yeah, I was Oh, yeah, okay, you guys are talking about the game. All right, so let's do some. I think this is pretty much. There's like something. I don't know if he's wearing like gloves, but I'm gonna guess yes. And we'll do something like that. Do that as this thumb. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. Let me let's move this up a little. And then there's like, I can't tell what this is. If it's like on, it's a design on the onesie he's wearing. He's wearing like a teddy bear onesie. Or if I just think he's wearing a teddy bear onesie because I have a big blue teddy bear onesie. But that's what it looks like to me, a big teddy bear onesie. Okay. Okay. I'm just getting the basic shapes down still, but we're getting there. We're getting there. We'll do a little shadows in the back. Well, actually, we're going to probably color all the hair black, right? So I think it's time to start coloring. Doug is alive. My biggest fear is body horror. Okay, yeah. Kind of natural disasters does New York. We have a big earthquake fault that like has not done anything in a very long time. So there's that. But it's right on the coast, so a tsunami would be terrible for New York. I grew up on Long Island, and that was scary. And then if we get into non-natural disasters, um, you know, there's like nuclear power plants, and they've already had a disaster, although it turned out okay. Hello, Oliver. Welcome. Wildfires, not so bad. I mean, upstate New York, yeah, there might be wildfires. Fires. Isn't it not even close to done? It's a fake game. You said that before. Oh, awesome, Oliver. Thanks for coming in. Let me see. I think I need to sharpen this. Ah, here's my sharpener. I couldn't I couldn't find it. It was underneath the pencil box. So, yeah. I want a long side. So, you use the thinner pencil one gives you a longer point, and the fatter one gives you a shorter point. So, if all you need is a point, you should use this one. But if you want like a big long side, then you want this one. So I want this one today. Who are we talking about? Spaghetti code. I love coding. It's uh it's been a hobby of mine for a very long time. Before it was even available in school. I learned how to code. God, I love coding. Okay, so there's like a dark blue line up top. We'll get that out of the way. And then I can't tell, is this just the shadow? I think it's just the shadow. I'm going to use dark blue as the shadow and light blue as the color. Let's see. Oh, we're talking about Deltarune. Is this right? The coding of Deltarune. Is this just metal? Is that why this is blue? That makes a lot of sense. That's the color I draw metal. Oh, and then this is like a chest plate, like in that movie with that guy. Okay. Well, I guess this guy's face is also blue. So maybe it's not metal. This guy, Chris's face here is also blue. I gave Chris a neck. Oh, he has a neck in the original. That's good. Having a neck is useful. It's useful for things like turning your head, having a neck, storing your vocal cords. I tried a new restaurant today. I went to a coffee shop to get a coffee because I was having a bad day because my internet was out, so I couldn't do anything. And I had a lot of other stuff to do, so I did do stuff, but I was still having a bad. They kept saying like, "Oh, it's gonna be later. It's gonna be later," and I didn't want it to be later because I wanted to get on streaming. I like to do streaming. I am Iron Man. Yeah. Insult the God of Thunder by calling that man Thor. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, oh. Wait, is this Pirate Software? Is this his game? Okay, okay. I didn't know. I liked like until the controversy came out and everything started like, before we knew anything about him. I liked Pirate Software because not of his coding. I had not seen any of his actual code, but his philosophy on like how to approach programming and game dev and that kind of thing. I thought very good. I thought a lot of his insight in the industry also rang true. But yeah, but that's it. That's all I know. Hi, Yasmin. Welcome back. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I never see. I think I just didn't see a lot of the stuff. Um, yeah. So I liked when he talked about one thing I do like that he talked about was changing your price. So he gave an example, and I think this example rings true, where he was saying like, wait, what am I saying? As my request, please. Okay, yeah, Pink Panther. You asked for Pink Panther a couple of days ago, and we didn't get to it, so we're doing Pink Panther. So he talked about one time, uh, he his game was getting pirated the most in Brazil. This is a for instance. I'm not 100% up in getting all the facts right. And he said, so what they did was they lowered the price of the game in Brazil until it was like, whatever, like 2 hours wages. And that was very low. He wasn't making very much money at all. But people stopped pirating the game and started buying the game. And that rang true to me because Brazil, they couldn't get video game systems. I can't remember why. I think there was something, a safety feature or something that Brazil demanded, and Nintendo and Sony, I can't remember who it was like, no, we're not going to put that in. And they were like, well, then you can't sell your system. And they were like, fine, we don't care. We're not going to sell. We just won't sell our system in your country instead of making it safe or whatever. And this has happened a lot with Brazil. Uh, oh yeah, I'll draw a moth. Good night. Good night. Guys, guys, guys. We don't want to be saying our names and stuff in the chat. That's in our ages. I mean, stuff in the chat. That's it. It's just not safe. I know it doesn't seem like it, but it really isn't a good thing to do. So please refrain. All right, we got Deltarune Chris almost done. What is his hair? Oh, I'll do his hair, I guess black, but a little bit blue. Dinosaur. Here we are almost done, and then it's time for Pink Panther. A dead end, a dead end, a dead end, dead end, dead end, dead end, dead end. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Man, I love the Pink Panther theme song. I didn't really care. I don't remember the cartoon very well, but man, did I like the theme song. Okay. Oh, I'm having trouble keeping up with the chat. And we got you, Spamton. We drew you yesterday. Hang on. I have it right here. I just have to get through all these dinosaurs. God, I forgot we drew so many dinosaurs earlier. Come on. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Boom, yesterday's drawing. We got Spamton and we got Cookie Crumble. Candy Cookie Crumble. I'm just kidding. And we also got this turkey blow-up glove and these guys. Zubat and Honolulu. No, Yo-Yo, Hoop and Yo-Yo. These are yesterday's drawings. All right. And this is Chris. This is today's drawing. We're almost done with Chris. And then we're going to go over to Pink Panther. Yeah, sorry if I'm missing you guys. The chat is Neo Spamton. Thanks, Ren Toasty. Contortion skills and wall climbing and people freak. It's hilarious. Oh man. Okay. So about people freaking. So I used to love to climb walls. I climbed walls. I climbed buildings. Fun, not super safe. Wouldn't recommend it. I climb in a climbing gym, right? If you are inclined to climb inclines, you should really do it with safety features. It's not worth getting hurt. Anyway, so, whoops, I gave him a smile. I didn't mean to do that. It was an accident. Oop, I did it again. Dang. Can I get rid of it? Yeah. Okay. Pink Panther. Yeah, we're doing that one next. Yeah, I should watch it again. I watched it as a young person. Oh man, love X-Men. Okay, let's do Pink Panther. Let me, I'll leave this here for a minute. So, my brother loves making things. He builds all sorts of stuff. And he also loves Halloween. And he learned like movie level special effects makeup to do Halloween things. And it's crazy. Let's see. Pink Panther. Anyway, so he did a big Halloween costume where he was like standing on stilts on his legs. So this is his legs, human brother legs, human brother body, head, and then arms, but his arms are also on stilts. So stilts here, these are the stilts. Am I on? Yeah. This is stilts. This is, come on, pencil. This is stilts, right? And then he had stilts on his arms. Stilts, stilts. And then at the end of the arms, there was these hands that would still like look kind of normal when he lifted them up and like stood up on his thing. And then he was like this, it was all like just a black cloak basically that covered all of it and sleeves that came down past the arms. And then he put in glowing eyes. And he would run around like a crazy person, terrifying. Oh my God, the streaming giant. This is what happened to me. I jumped off 2-story buildings, jumped across gaps, I fell through a window, I did some crazy stuff, a lot of free climbing, a lot of parkour, but before parkour was a thing, so it wasn't as fancy. And when I finally broke my, I tore my collar, this is the shoulder, and these are all the muscles that connect the shoulder, and I ripped one of those. Torn rotator cuff. When I finally tore my rotator cuff, it was literally because I slipped on like a tiny patch of grass that was wet. And I was just running. Everything was totally fine. My foot went on the patch of grass and my shot up into the air. That's my foot, which means my shoulder went down and went down hard. And that's when I hurt myself. Yeah, it never is never great. It's still bad. But it stays good for most of the time. Okay, I forgot. So is there a modern Pink Panther? Is this, because I feel like the Pink Panther that I used to watch is probably really old. Is there a new Pink Panther cartoon? Probably. Okay, I think we got it. Gosh. Okay, I still have some water. Yeah, so then it goes two ways with my brother's costume. Either little kids are like, "Oh, hey, that's a guy in a costume. Hi." Or they're terrified. And he said there's grown adults who will avoid his house on Halloween because they just cannot stand seeing him. Pink Panther is fun. Okay, let me see. So Pink Panther looks like he's not quite. Okay, yeah, I've definitely watched the old one. He's not quite a bag. So there's a lot of cartoons that are like a bag, right? You're like, here's the bottom, and then they're a bag. He's not quite that. He's more like, I don't know, like a vase. This is Pink Panther's body. Woof. Ow. It's his head. He has a tiny neck. It's his head that looks complicated, right? His head is like the back of his head, his mouth, and then there's somehow they connect. It's like that, and then like that. Okay. His mouth is like this. Okay, yeah. And then this, and then he has whiskers. Oh yeah, that's great, Yasmin. Yeah, it reminds me of watching it with my grandma, my nana. I watched Pink Panther with her when I was young. Looks like his nose is just pretty regular animal nose. This is, I think it's like this even. We're gonna see his back eye, but his front eye here. I'm getting closer. He is not easy to draw. I feel like if I had just drawn his head, it would even be hard. Okay. Okay, and he's like, okay, hang on. I think his little ears. Okay, I think we're there. He has eye eyeballs in his eyes and eyelids, which is kind of unusual. Eyelids, I feel like eyelids used to be pretty common and now they're like you kind of either see them or you don't. Well, that's always how they were, but you know what I mean. They're less common is what I mean. Okay. I was thinking about how common ramen sounds like a really I would like to eat there, and it's just because it rhymes and it sounds like the proletariat. Like I want to eat at working man's ramen, common ramen. Okay. All right, this is not terrible. Bye, Kachankurus. He's standing like this in like 90% of the reference photos. Like, oh, hello. Don't mind if I do. I don't know why. That's so funny. Man, it's crazy because when there's cartoons like this, that means there's somebody who can draw this so fast, like without even thinking, because they've just drawn it like a million times. Maybe even, I mean, like maybe tens of thousands of times, certainly thousands of times. And when you watch those artists who have drawn these characters like so many times that they can just do it, it's like such a sight. It really looks amazing. I like to think about that whenever I'm struggling to draw a cartoon character. Hey, season, season. That's my best guess. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Oh, Turkey. That's great. Welcome, welcome. My in-laws went to Turkey. They actually have a house there, and every time they go, they talk about how great the oranges are at the house. I do not know where the house is, but they were showing me photos last year. Amazing, amazing, beautiful. They try to go in the winter here because it's warmer there. What does his hand look like? Okay, it's just a regular hand. I don't know Vagros. Okay. Okay, not a bad hand. Not great, but not terrible. Better than this one. Actually, this one's pretty good. Okay. Am I still? You guys can see? Okay. And now his legs are, I think his legs are going to be pretty easy. He's very tall, which I think is really interesting. Um, Proportionally, he's just gigantic. I think it's funny. I don't think there's tons of characters that are like this. Kenneth, we did a dinosaur. Yeah, I think drawing has been, it's sometimes it's hard to get started, but oh, he's not wearing boots. His feet are like this. But once I get started, I find drawing can be really um, helpful. When I lost my sister a couple years ago, when I first started drawing on a regular basis, drawing was really helpful for that. It was sometimes hard to start, hard to sit down and like get it started. But I would put on a little music or I'd put on a TV show to ignore just to have something to distract me before I started, before I like actually got into it. And then that helped a little bit. But yeah, it's hard. This is not, I didn't do terrible. I think we got to give him a tail. I think that'll help. He's pretty, has a pretty expressive tail. It's like big on the end. We'll have it go behind, I think, all of his legs. All of them. Yeah, so I think the problem is this is just, he's too big there. So what we could do is we could erase everything below. We could probably do this. Let's see. There's like, there was an old magazine called Mad Magazine, and sometimes you'll still see this joke where like you fold it over like this, and then it makes like a, there we go, much better. Whoop. Gosh, it's so sensitive. There it is. Pink Panther. I did a good job. Ooh, Freddie Mercury. That's cool. Now we'll add the his like, here we go, like that. His pink, it's like an underbelly, right? It's like yeah. All right. Just make sure you connect these two lines. I'll make sure everyone knows A goes to A, and over here B and B. They should connect right there. B and B. There we go. And now everyone will know that this is the drawing and this is a terrible joke. This is the real drawing. Terrible joke. Okay. That's great. Yeah, my grandma did painting on canvases. That's actually probably one of my earliest reasons I even thought to get into art, was because she was at like a canvas up and was painting on a regular basis. She did really well. She didn't start painting until she retired. And hey, Deck, welcome back. All right. Let's draw like a weird guy. I think that's usually pretty fun. I've been doing pillowcase body people, but let's do, instead of pillowcase body, let's do like where it comes together at the top instead of the pillowcase. I get a lot of inspiration from Seuss and Shel Silverstein. I wanted to be like Shel Silverstein when I was a kid. So Pink Panther is almost this kind of bag, but he is too solid. It doesn't look like he um, has like the droopiness and the stuff on the bottom to make it really like a bag. But a lot of cartoon characters, to me, I've never heard anyone else say this, but seem like a bag of whatever. And then I've just been drawing like these kind of like elongated triangle type, like wedge body parts lately. And then we'll have him. I'm trying to think what this guy might be doing. Or girl. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Okay. I think I have a head. There's something here, I think. I just did some scribbles, but this is looking good. Oh, thank you so much, Season. Pear guy, yeah, yeah. So they say, okay. So I have heard said, and I think this really works, especially in like watercolor paintings and stuff, but I think it works with a lot of things. If you have like a scene, right, and you have whatever, this is what's in front, you're like, oh, this is the thing. And then away in the back from the thing, you have little people who are meant to be like, like that's the tree line. So they're really, really far away. You're supposed to do a little carrot for men and a pear for women. And then like you put the head. So let's try a couple. Carrot for a man, a pear for a woman. Let's do some carrots standing around over here. And then I like with little heads. Yeah, it's not bad. I've heard this advice. I've never tried it. I did an upside down carrot. That looks like a girl. Upside down carrot. What's an upside down pear look like? Nothing. It does not look like a person. Oh, no problem, Yasmin. Thanks for stopping in. Ooh, okay. I drew a cactus. I did a cactus for a like a shirt. I think it was pretty popular. Can't remember. It was more popular than my other ones. A lot of my like random drawings that I put on shirts and stuff don't do very well at all, which is fine. That's why you do a lot, right? And sometimes something gets popular, and some like often nothing gets popular, and then sometimes things get very popular, and that's really nice. But that's besides the point. And it was a cactus, and it said a baby cactus. I think it might have just said prickly AF. I can't remember. I'll have to look. I don't know what face this person is making. I think it's a woman. Oh, wait, maybe like angry, shocked, mad. Will I never? There we go. Let's give her a little bit thinner chin because now I didn't know her mouth was open. So now we know. A little hollow. There we go. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. And then I think we'll do teeth. I don't usually do teeth. I find doing teeth often makes it look less realistic, which seems counterintuitive, but maybe I'm just bad at doing teeth. But I did teeth this time. Well, maybe we'll add some color. I think that looks right though. And then we'll do angry eyes. What kind of shape eyes do people have? So there's so many different shaped eyes, right? Like I think about this a lot. You have like almond eyes, like this, and I think that's pretty standard. But then you also have like eyes like this, right? Where it's like big on top and it's kind of straight across. And then you have the other kind where it's kind of straight across on top and then it's big on bottom. I think those are the three main ones that I know. Oh yeah, Santa Batman. Oh, thank you so much, Suzanne. We can do Santa Batman next because I know you asked about it a while ago. I know there's somebody else asked for something else. I don't remember what it was right off the top of my head, but we'll do Santa Batman next for sure. I just kind of wung it. I like the word wung it because it's not winged it. I don't know. Sometimes people are like, if you're from New York, you say this. And I'm like, I do say that. And they're like, oh, yeah, I'm from New York. That makes sense. But I'm always like, how do they know? All right. I don't know what this lady is yelling at or why her hair looks like this or what she's doing in her fanny pack. Yeah, let's say it's a fanny pack. And she'll be pointing at something. Classic pointy over here. McPointerson. She has these like 70s armlets. I don't know why. Man, I do not like her. Oh, I've heard of Auntie Philly. Oh, Cactus. Yeah, okay. So we have Batman. Can you draw the New York City skyline? Ooh, okay. Let me get a couple of requests down because I'm gonna have to go soon. So we'll get Batman Santa. That was asked for like a while ago. So we got to get that one. And then we have Cactus because that was asked for very recently. And then we can do New York City skyline. We could try it anyway. I Yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll do that. I don't know if it'll do good, but that's all right. Okay, and then just like regular pants. I don't know. I don't know who this lady is or why she's mad, but I hate her. I like drawing people. I like making it so like you really don't when I draw a person, I really want them to convey an emotion. I want you to feel something when you see them. And that's my litmus test. Let's see. Okay, that's good enough. I just wanted to color her mouth. All right, Batman Santa. This is going to be interesting. I can do it on top of these people. They don't mind. Your English is fine. It's pretty good. It's good. What do you mean? Hi. Okay. So, okay. Batman, big square jaw, right? I'm just going to do the head of Batman. Um, I think that's the right choice here. I'll do it a little bit bigger than I would normally do a head. I think that'll help. Okay. So that we need that to start, even starting doing Batman. And then we have the nose, but that doesn't matter because it's all mask, right? So the nose and mask. Okay. The eye. We'll get that in a second. Oh, should it be? Yeah, a little bit like that. And then this eye also. Then we have the little pointers. There should be a little bit bigger, I guess. There's a couple different versions of the pointers, right? So they don't have to really match anything particular. And then the head goes back a little bit further than Are his ears out? No, his ears are in. I never thought about that before. Neck. Oh, wow. Okay, he looks weird. He looks like a cat man. Man, I do a character I really love. He's called Cat Cat. I'll show you guys another time. Come on, Bruce. Broody Batman Bruce Wayne. Oh, sorry. No spoilers. I'm Batman. Why is my neck cold? You think Batman ever wears a scarf? Thanks for coming, Streaming Giant. It was good talking to you. I forgot to say that because I was talking about how good your English was. Is. Okay. Okay, I think. Okay. Okay, I think that's pretty. There's something wrong. My brain is not telling me what it is. So we'll just do again. Okay. I like it. Okay, there we go. There's something here. I just changed what the angle of the face was. I think that's really going to help. Okay, then this is where the nose would be, so that's where the mask has to come from. Eyebrow, that checks out. Gosh, the nose is giving me a lot of trouble. I'm surprised. I should have kept the other one. I thought I could do better easily, but I did not. He thought he would easily do better, but he did not. In fact, he did worse. Much worse. And that is why he lives in infamy. The failed drawer of Batman. Chris, aka CMonsterYK. Get it together, Batman. What the hell is my problem? I'm really doing a bad job here. Well, thank you for coming, Streaming Giant. Hasta luego. I worked with a girl, and when she really wanted to get somebody to like listen, she would call them friend, and it was like it was uncomfortable. She'd be like, "Hey, friend, we need to talk about what happened over there. This is unsettling. Come on, Batman, what are you doing? What are you doing to me? You used to be my friend." Okay. Here's where here's where dang. I might have to start a third time. I'm like really trying to avoid that, but I shouldn't. Okay. clean piece of paper. Let's look at this campsite. Campsite was great. Let's look at the streaming giant. That's good. We'll look at this guy who doesn't care that other people are allergic to peanut butter. We'll look at Chris from That's Not Me. My hair's not black, see? It's this color. We'll look at Evil Karen. We will look at Mad Magazine style Pink Panther. Okay, we've cleared the palette. All right. And now we will draw Batman. Actually, I'm going to show you Cat, which is a cat I draw. Is this going to be easier or harder? Who knows? Gosh, actually, I can't remember how I draw Cat. But he's a cat I draw that wears a mask like Batman. But the mask is just also of a cat. Okay, so to make it easy, where are you? To make it easy, we can draw Batman straight on. I say easy, who knows? I'm going mad. Batman straight on. This is where the nose is. This is where the mouth is. This is a serious mouth, Bruce. There we go. Serious mouth. The nose we don't care about because the mask covers it up, right? Does the mask go up? No. It goes down probably. There we go. Bat mask. And then ears. Whoop. There we are. And then bat eyes. Okay, pretty straightforward, no problems. Oh yeah, does Damien have a bat cat? Thank you, Deck. Yeah, for sure. 1940s Batman, crazy. I think in the first appearance ever, he has a gun. Like, bro, chill. He's like, I gotta kill these guys. And I don't think he doesn't have the orphan story until much later. Not much later, maybe it's right away, but it's not in the first issue. Yeah, so Cat is a character that I came up with where he is just a normal cat and then he freaks out and like struggles to exist in the world, and then he puts on the mask, and then he just goes and does normal cat stuff, right? But he also might solve crime and stuff. That's, that's whatever it is. Hey, opossum. No, the list, what we got is Batman, Cactus. Where is the list? And then New York City skyline. And then I gotta get going. It's almost time for me to end the stream. But okay, so then I think Would Batman just wear it over his ears? Probably, right? So he just has the Santa hat and it like looks kind of lumpy and weird because it's just over his ears. I think I think that's what it would be like. So what we got to do is we got to get like up like that and then out like this. And then same, it has to go up before it comes right back down. So I think it would be kind of like that. So let's erase inside and see what we get. If it looks right to us. Kenneth, you are number one. Yeah, Uncle Auntie Philly another time, 100%. I will remember Spicy Booger, and if you're on a stream again and you ask, we'll put you to the front of the list. That's actually why Batman is here now. Because, oh my gosh, they were meant to be, it was the same kind of deal. Okay, fuzzy hat, Batman, fuzzy hat. I think about Damien a lot. I've read a lot of Batman, modern Batman. I'm not caught up with the new stuff, but I read a lot of stuff like a couple of years ago. And I read, I'm actually really interested. They have like a new detective. What is it? There's like a new type. Is it called Detective Batman or something? There's a new Batman. So I'm just drawing some of the folds, some of the pulls that would be in the fabric here. Like here. And then this would be folds. So I think that works. And then like a pull here. Okay, I'm gonna erase this top bit. Let's get this red. Take care, Kenneth. Yeah, I was thinking either they'd be sticking out or they would be like this. I just tried this one. It's what seemed, I was thinking Batman probably wouldn't cut holes in a Santa hat. It would probably just, if he was going to wear a Santa hat, it would be like impromptu and he would just kind of throw it over his head. That was my thought. I look like Santa. I have a big beard and little glasses. And so I look like Santa. Let's do this one. My name is Chris. So that's another Santa-y thing. And actually what's crazy is I was born on St. Nicholas Day. Come on, bats. Oops, I forgot to read the chat. Yeah. Cactus is coming, Kenneth. Next, could do Catwoman with comic accurate proportions. If you ask for it another time, I'll think about it. I haven't really, so I don't draw humans very often, so I'm not very good at it. I would like to get more practice. I should probably just take an afternoon or, a couple of days or whatever, and just sit down and just start drawing the anatomy and going for it. Because that's what's helped me with everything else is just practice. Yeah, because I would love to be able to draw like pinup art. I think some of that can look really great. Oh, good. Crinkle. Should we do yellow eyes? No, we'll just leave them. I did it. Okay. There we go. Bat Santa bat. You got it. I don't need, you know, I don't, you guys know. What? I'm drawing off screen again. You gotta stop doing that. I'm still doing it. Okay. Yeah, another cat. Pow, pow, pow. Okay. I forgot. Cactus. I think we'll just go straight forward. Yes, I would make sure they have clothes. Thank you, Deck. All right. So there's all different kinds of cactus. I'm gonna draw like the emoji one, but have you seen those little like? It's just like a tiny. I think people give it as presents or whatever, and it's just like a tiny little pot, right? It's a tiny little pot, and there's like the one that's like looks like it's furry, and then there's the one that's just like a little like lump, little button, and there's one that's just like a blop, and then sometimes there's like the aloe vera type in there, and it's just a whole bunch of little succulents in a little pot. I think those are cool. I was thinking about getting an aloe vera. I think I'm bad at taking care of plants. That's part of why I don't want an animal. Like I want an animal. I think that'd be nice. But I don't know if I'd be able to take care of it. Oh, that's great. I mean, it's not great. It's terrible that so much like the artists used to not even get credit. So it was really hard for them to get other jobs. It was part of the I don't know if this is 100% true, but I have heard that it was part of the companies, the comic companies, uh, I helped raise some chickens. Um, in order to control them, they wouldn't put their credit in, and then it was harder for them to get jobs if they wanted to change companies and stuff. And like, ugh. I don't know if you guys were here for Halloween, or I know some of you were. I don't know who was here for Halloween, but I did a cactus ghost, and it was just this cactus with a sheet over top of it and little holes sticking out. That was fun. Yeah. Yeah, a pet means you don't kill them. That's part of the problem. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't kill an animal. That's why I'm afraid to have pets. Just because I think I would not be very good at I think I would take care of them. I'm not a monster, but I think it would be really hard for me, and I don't want to I don't want to take care of something poorly. I feel like that's a really terrible thing. If you're going to take charge of taking care of something, I think you owe it to the thing in order to do a good job. And I don't know if I'd be able to do a good job. So, you know, standard stuff. Okay. Is this the center? Sure. This cactus is gonna fall over. Yeah, that's true. And right now, it wouldn't even be possible. So, like, my living situation hasn't allowed for pets in a long time. So it's not something I really even could have thought about. But I do miss having a cat. Uh, my cat died. Was living with my mom, um, but it died relatively like a year ago, not super recently. But it's sad. If we did two cactuses, we could call them a prickly pear. Yeah, I helped a friend raise chickens. Like gathering the eggs and putting them out for feed and mucking. I also built the coop with my friend. I didn't do it by myself. I mean, I probably could have. It's not a crazy job. I think that's pretty good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to erase I'm going to try to erase just the guidelines, which I should have done before I put the spikes in. And I'm going to try to leave the spikes behind more or less intact so I can come back and just hit them up again with a little. Okay. Not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad. I did it. I'm not bad. People aren't bad generally. People do bad things sometimes. But most people aren't bad. But not all people. There are unfortunately some bad people. It's really sad. Oh yeah, washing the dishes is good because then you have clean dishes. So always important. Let's do. I'm going to do this light green over the whole thing, and then we'll come back with the darker green and we'll give it a shadows. Yeah, the cactus I drew, gosh, probably like 3 or 4 years ago now. Actually, maybe more. Maybe like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. And I bet you I took a lot more time on it because I used to take so much time on every drawing. Okie dokie, everybody. This cactus is prickly, don't prick your little fingery. Okie dokie, everybody. Okay. That's the shading sound effect. That's how you know it's working. Oops, got a little carried away. Sound effect was too strong. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make a terracotta color with these colors that I have. I'm out of time for today. We're going to finish up the cactus, and then I'm done for the night. But I should be on tomorrow as long as I have friggin' internet. My internet's they've been cutting it off. Not because I like it's just been going out. They keep having to work on the lines or something. I don't even know. It was crazy. I've never seen anything like it. And it's funny because the line connects to the building like right outside my window. So I don't know yet because it depends. My wife is sick, so I'm not. I don't have a standard schedule right now. Like, because I can't say for sure how she's going to be feeling, so I don't know what we're doing. So I don't know when I'll be able to stream, but I will get it in uh, tomorrow because I always stream on Saturday. I think we need more paint. Actually, let's try purple, red, orange. More pink. Let's try more pink. I'm trying to get that terracotta color. Oh yeah, I think more pink was right. A little more pink. This is red. A little more red, I guess. Let's do more pink. A little more pink. And then a little more orange. Well, I think that's what we got. Terracotta is not the same color everywhere. It's actually based on the color of the ground and the ground clay in the area. But like nowadays, it's all standardized. But in reality, if you were making natural pots from local clay, they'd be all different colors, which is what we should be doing. There's no reason to ship clay around the country or the world. It's crazy. Basically everywhere is clay. Okay. Yeah, sorry, Kenneth. I don't know when, but no later than like today is basically the latest I ever start. Uh, every There's only been one or two times where I'll do a computer live, where I'm on the drawing tablet and the PC, and I will start those like now or a little bit before now. But I don't plan on doing that tomorrow. I think tomorrow's going to be a regular one. It's a little wild, a little strange. There's an old Nickelodeon, so cartoons are more expensive to make than just regular people acting. And so when Nickelodeon first started, it was too expensive for them to make cartoons, even though that's what they wanted to do. So instead, they just made like regular sitcom type TV for kids. And one of the ones that they did it with, I think the first one that they made was Hey Dude. I'm finishing this stream right now. Basically, I am getting off. I'm just drawing the sun because him and the cactus are friends. And then I'm out of here. Yeah, thank you, Deck. I hope so too. We'll end on Chris. I think let's go over everything I drew today and then we'll call it a night. So we have cactus or cacti. We have bat Santa Man, bat. I'm trying to think of what it would be. We have the Pink Panther. Just ignore that. We'll just pretend. We have Angry Lady pointing. She's pointing at eye shapes. She's like, look at the eye shapes. Oh yeah. Okay. We have a streaming giant. Oh, sorry, the streaming giant. That's his little phone. We have this bad joke about bringing peanut butter into school. Don't do that. It's mean. We have a giant Sour Patch Kid standing next to a nerd. Oh, do you think they made nerd candy? Oh well, it's too late now. We have a campsite. This campsite actually looks pretty good. Not, I don't mind. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. These are yesterday's, but they're in here. Deltarune things. Hang on, I lost some. Okay, okay. I found them, I found them. We have the 10-second dinosaur. This is the 10-second dinosaur, the 1-second dinosaur, the 30-second dinosaur, the 1-minute dinosaur, and the 5-minute dinosaur. Pretty neat, pretty neat. And we have, this is what I was starting when we first logged in. This is what I was drawing. So thanks, guys. We're going to end the stream on Deltarune Chris, I think. Chris and Chris. And we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks so much. Have a great night, everybody. If you like this, want to see more, subscribe. You'll get notifications for when I go live. And if you like the video, that's really awesome. Helps me out a lot. I've never done one of these at the end of the stream, so hope it doesn't sound too silly. Have a great night. Bye.